And now, with an editorial reply to a recent Record Journal Athlete of the Week news item, is Miss Emily Latella.
Thank you, Byron. What's all this fuss? I keep hearing about gas leaks of the week. Why, this is an outrage. I thought we were supposed to be getting away from fossil fuels. What about solar and wind and what?
No, Miss Latella, it's not that.
Oh, you mean, those poor little dearies. Well, you know, when that happens to me, I take a little pill called Gas X.
Miss Latella, it's not gas leaks of the week, it's athletes of the week. Athletes of the week.
Oh, well, that's very different. I will have to go vote for Record Journal Athletes of the Week.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you may happen to be tuning in. I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Mariner Record Journal, and welcome to the Week 3 show of Record Journal Athletes of the Week. Aaron, here we are, man, in the snowy wood, two paths converging, diverging. Which one are we going to take? Well, we're going to find out once we give our Week 3 slate of candidates. In the meantime, a couple things before we get started. Our Week 2 winners were close votes. Aaron, very close votes. I saw one was decided by 2 votes. So it just goes to show you, voting matters. Our boys winner was from Wilcox Tech, Mr. Griffin Nylander. And our girls winner, I have winter on the mind, obviously, with this freshly fallen snow here on Tuesday morning. Our girls winner for winter Week 2 from Platt High School, Miss Christina Campbell. Congratulations to Christina and to Griffin. Who's going to be our Week 3 winner? Well, let's see who we got nominated. Before we move on, just got to say, we had our Emily Latella opening this week. Kind of a tried and true one for us, Aaron. I think I've run out of ideas for Emily Latella. But I got to just say, of course, a tip of the cap to the late, great Miss Gilda Radner, who came up with the thing in the first place, and we're just shamelessly ripping it off. And also to my wife, Colleen, thank you for the use of your yellow sweater, though I didn't ask permission. But anyways, it's too late today for regrets. We've got some business to take care of here in Week 3. Fresh slated nominees. We got some basketball players. We got a hockey player. We got a runner. Aaron, who are we going to start with, man? We're going to start with the girls because we started with the boys last time. And for the girls, we got 2 basketball players and we got a track runner. We're going to start on the hardwood. We're going to start on the west side of Meriden with, she's been here before. She's back again. She's a good player for Wilcox, Miss Aaliyah Byro. She is a sophomore, and we nominated her last year as a freshman. She led the Indians in scoring last year as a freshman. Now with Wilcox, of course, Tom Johnson's over there coaching. He just played at his old school last night against Tina Gagne and the Platt Panthers. And Aaliyah Byro went into that game with riding a string of 5 double-figure games. 5 in a row. She was averaging 13.4 points. Now the Platt Panthers broke that streak on her, but Aaliyah did pull down 10 rebounds. Good for you, Aaliyah. Crashed the boards. You are girls nominee number 1 here in Week 3. Second nominee, also a basketball player, also a sophomore. It's funny, Aaron, how these things work out. Just coincidence, serendipity, call it what you will. I'll tell you what we're going to call this for the Southington Blue Knights, 11-0. And ranked number 1 in the Class LL playoff points, getting contributions from a lot of people. And on Saturday night, it was from this young lady, the sophomore, forward, Miss Bethany Borges. Great game for Bethany, 9 points, 10 rebounds, and it wasn't so much the sheer quantity, it was also the timing. They came in big times, especially in the second half as Southington was pulling away. They were out in Wilton, which it took them 5 weeks and 2 days and 3 hours and 10 seconds to get out there. It's such a hike out to Wilton. Once they got out there, Southington won. It was their 10th win of the season. And fine game for Bethany. Lady Knights 11-0. See how she does in the voting. We had Lily Cooper back in Week 1. Week 3, it's Bethany Borges, girls nominee number 2. Third and final nominee, hey, it's the winter season. And that's a season, of course, for Miss Avery Winters of Sheehan High School. Very, very strong sprinter. And she's been doing it since her freshman year. And now she's a senior. Still going strong, and it seems like she breaks records every time she goes out and runs. And at this point, she's just kind of breaking her own records. And it happened again Saturday at the SEC Coaches Invitational down in New Haven. She ran a 42.48 in the 300, breaking her own record, and also with the 4x200 They ran a 146.30, breaking a record from 2009 that Avery was a part of as a sophomore. Now she's running with Erin Brennan, Patrice Mansfield, and Amanda Castaldi, who was also on that 2019 relay team. Now, Erin, we want to make sure we got the numbers right, though, because we're talking school records here. And to make sure, I've kind of cleverly hidden this little cheat sheet here in my wristband. And sure enough, those were the right times. 42.48 in the 300 meters, 146.30 in the 4x2. Avery Winters, congratulations, you are girls nominee number 3 here in week 3. Our boys nominees, 2 basketball players, a hockey player. Where are we going to start, Aaron? Let's start with the hockey guy, man. Speaking of hockey, Aaron, we're basically standing on ice here in the woods, and I kind of wish I brought my ice skates because I'm afraid to move lest I risk falling down and you capturing that on film. And, of course, you're not going to cut it out. You're going to let people see me fall on my keister. It's not going to happen. Our boys nominee from the rink, of course. He's been here before, and the guy's a player. You know, he's been doing it since his freshman year, and it's been a tremendous career from him. He is, of course, from Lyman Hall, Mr. Jack Roberts. Jack Roberts last week, he had 2 hat tricks. Actually, hat trick like to the second power. He had 3 goals against Milford and then 4 goals Saturday down in Norwich against the Eastern Connecticut Eagles. That gives Jack 16 goals, 21 assists on the season. And more importantly, Lyman Hall 9-1. They are number 1 in the CIAC Division II rankings, just ahead of Sheehan, which is number 2. Also at 9-1. Actually, I strike that 8-1, but hey, I have such confidence in the Titans that I know they'll be 9-1 after Wednesday. They and Lyman Hall, what a story we have developing out on the ice. For now, Jack Roberts, boys nominee number 1 here in week 3. All right, our basketball players for this week. Who do we got, Aaron? I'll tell you who we got. Over on the other side of Wallingford, this young man on Friday night, rivalry game, Lyman Hall against Sheehan. Sheehan's big man, Kai Coviello, is in foul trouble. Who's going to step into the breach down low for the Titans right here? Mr. Ethan Pabon, senior forward, puts up a career-high 21 points, including at one stretch in the third quarter and into the fourth, 10 points in a row for Sheehan. And that's when Sheehan took control and wound up winning the rivalry game. Good for you, Ethan. Way to step up when your team needed you. You are boys nominee number 2. Our third and final nominee, who could it be? Aaron, I was so vexed. Who could I have picked? Oh, of course, right here, baby, Mr. Anthony Nimani from Platt High School. Need I say more? Probably I don't need to, but I'm going to. You know, the numbers Anthony has been putting up have been really tremendous this year. And, you know, it's funny, Aaron, with numbers. Some numbers just stick right in my head, like my Social Security number and my bank account numbers, and yours too. I just remember them so easily. Anthony's numbers, they've been so mind-boggling. Got to keep track, got to write them down. And here's what he did last week. He had 24 points against South Windsor. Dude was just getting warmed up. Had 25 in the rivalry game against Maloney. Just getting warmed up because on Friday, 30 points against Avon. But here's the thing, man. Platt's down. Now, Platt's in the middle of a 5-6 game winning streak. They're trailing, and Avon's inbounding the ball up by 2 points. Time's running out, and Anthony makes a steal in the backcourt and puts up a three-pointer from the corner on one leg, and boom, money goes in. Platt wins. Anthony Nimani, 30 points. The kid's a player, and he's only a junior, and he is boys nominee number 3 here in week 3. Okay, gee, Aaron, there's a lot of echoes here in the empty forest. Like if the tree were to fall right now. Well, never mind. Nothing's falling. The polls are opening, and it is Wednesday. It's about 6 o'clock as you see this. They're open from now through Sunday. Got some more NFL football, though I don't know how we're going to top this past weekend. Aaron, I'm still buzzing, especially from that Chiefs-Bills game. But heck, still plenty of time to get online and vote between now and Sunday. And please do. We got some great nominees this week. We rack our brains real hard to bring them to you. Do we not, Aaron? Yes, of course we do, Aaron. My thanks, as always, to you, sir, behind the camera. My man, Shawnee Kid Krosick, and guys like Robert Gulo and Ronnie Buck, and my man, Brendan O'Sullivan, back from the Bronx, ready to get after it for us. Hey, I am Brian Carpenter, sports editor of the Record Journal. We appreciate you tuning in. We appreciate you voting. Remember, it's myrecordjournal.com/athletes. We'll tally them up, bring you the winners next week, and a fresh set of candidates. All right. You be good.